and this is a new episode about Ghana.
Welcome back to Pod on the Way. This is Bettina Gottschalk.
And this is her husband, Hussein Belabes. And this is a new episode about Ghana. The country, one of the last countries in West Africa after Benin and Nigeria. But yeah, it also holds quite a lot of memories. It's the country we title it
Mechanics.
It's a country where we visited the mechanic a lot because we couldn't fix everything in Ivory Coast. And in Ghana, they are more Land Rover specialists, so we could manage to fix most of the things there. So it was a good stop for us.
Yeah.
And we stayed for 40 days in Ghana, and it was fun. Not all of it. The beginning was nice, and then it's ups and downs, and like
But
all
it's
travel.
always like this up and down, good and bad, part of the travel.
Yeah. So Ghana is a country in West Africa, and it's the first country. It's one of the countries actually that doesn't have safe also.
That's English speaking.
And it's English speaking country.
So I was
so
happy.
for Bettina, we didn't have much of English speaking, so it was just Gambia, and then now Ghana. So it was fun for her. She could talk to the people and connect with the people in a better way. Yeah. And we had a good 40 days there. We met nice people. We had a lovely time. We had a lot of Moroccan food.
Actually.
We had a lot of Moroccan stuff there happening.
We had resting time again.
Yeah, we had resting time again in Accra. So it was nice. It was fun to be actually back in, just to be in Ghana. However, it's one of the countries that was the most disappointing for us.
The most.
Yeah. The one that you were like, wow.
Yeah, well, I don't know why, but both of us, we kind of had a little bit of expectations. Because I don't know how, we talked many times about it, but we don't know why we have specific ideas about Ghana, but we really thought has good roads, it's very developed, technology-wise, that the cities are also big. I don't know where it's coming from, but
we thought life would be easier.
We thought it will be easier, and at the end it was not good roads. Cities also
so many supplies everywhere that you can have and stuff, but it was fine. I think the best thing we learned after Ghana is that you shouldn't build up expectations before going inside the country, because your experiences while traveling to these countries might 100% differ from a different person. Maybe a person who goes only to Accra and Cape Coast, maybe he will feel it's different, because they are more tourist friendly and prepared for tourism, as an example.
And history-wise, also very interesting.
Exactly. But when you travel in remote areas and you don't expect to have certain difficulties and then you have them, then you kind of link this image to the country.
It's like, as example, in Guinea-Conakry, we expected very, very bad roads because most of the travelers, they told us, the roads are so bad and stuff. So when we arrived and there were partly good roads, we were surprised about it.
80% of the roads in Guinea, they were good actually.
Yeah, so we were surprised about it, and it's like the different thing. So it's like always what kind of expectations you have about a country, and you come there then and it's like maybe different, or then it's like a bumper. Yeah.
Well, it's like, this is one of the lessons I learned in this from Ghana, is that not to think so much about a country before you enter it.
Yeah.
And not to build an image before entering the country. And some countries, they surprised us so much because we didn't think about them at all. And some countries we were a little bit disappointed because we didn't have the best experiences. And this is always a personal experience. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that the country is like this, or it's just us, how we had the time.
It also depends on many factors. It's like how you feel, what's happening with the car, if you're sick or not, if there is good weather or bad weather, what kind of people are you meeting.
Exactly.
But in Ghana, we had very good encounters.
Yeah, with the people we had beautiful.
They're very nice. we had a good time with them.
So entering Ghana, for most of the people worldwide, I think they require a visa to enter Ghana.
Yeah.
Even though the country is trying to push to tourism, but still it's you need to have a visa either on arrival, which is so expensive, or you make it in an embassy, which is cheaper.
It's
So-
online also.
And visa on arrival costs $150. And when you make it at the embassy, it takes 7 days process. It's easy process. It's not so complicated. But you pay $60 per person. So it's $120 in total we pay.
And it's 1 month.
And it's 1 month.
Single entry.
Single entry.
And the problem was what we didn't.
And it
before,
starts, yeah.
It starts exactly the day when you receive it. So we
So you had
didn't
to rush.
expect that, and that's why we lost also 1 week.
Yes, but it was fine because we met with Moroccan ambassador. They said it's fine, you can stay longer, and because we had the 60 days already written, because we asked the guy.
We asked the guy at the border if he, how is it going and stuff, and he wrote in our visa, because we already said we want to extend or stay longer, he wrote 60 days, and with this we had 60 days.
Yeah, exactly.
And we didn't know that, but yeah.
So yeah, but it was fun that we had actually. We didn't know in the beginning that we have longer time, but at the end it was nice
It was good.
because we could discover more of the country. We could take it slower, and just enjoy the country more.
Yeah, one of the things also what is for Ghana and the border, we didn't take the big border between Ivory Coast and Ghana, which is the most used border, which is on the coastline. Just because of the reason we heard and read a lot that this border is very, very corrupt when it comes to that you don't have a CDP. And that there were even people who paid 600 euros, yes?
Something like this.
They paid like 600 euros and they just got a transit visa for 7 days.
Not transit visa, transit temporary import.
Yeah, so they had to, even though they paid for 1 month visa, they had to.
So even though they paid for the tip, they had only the right to stay 1 week in the country because of the car. Yeah.
Yeah, but they paid for the visa still for 1 month, So that's the reason why we decided to take a
Smaller border.
in the north. And it was a small border. And the guy was super nice and very helpful. And at the end, we paid 5 euros.
Yeah, for the customs you pay.
Price.
For the customs, once you arrive to the country in this type of borders that we took, the small ones. So usually you get a tip, the temporary import for the car, and it's valid as long as your insurance. So it can be 6 months, it could be 1 year, it could be 3 months. So for us, it was like 3 months, I think, because that's how much was left for in our insurance. So we got 3 months and we paid only 5 euros, 50 cedis to be exactly. And it was easy. That's how we entered the country directly.
And it was very easy going, and the guy was super friendly, and
Yeah, the borders, they were super nice. Nobody asked for money or anything like that. Very friendly.
So we were happy about the choice.
And we crossed on a Sunday. So this is one thing we learned also. A lot of times crossing on a Sunday helps a lot.
Yeah, it really depends. It's a goat attacking our car. Yeah, it really depends. Like as example, Sunday can be good and bad. Because like sometimes maybe the insurance, if there is an insurance office in the border and it's Sunday, maybe it's not open.
Or maybe the customs are not open, like what happened to us in Cameroon.
Yeah, so
It's a lot. But a lot of times when the border is always working, it's good to cross on a Sunday because it helps when it comes to there is less chaotic things happening, especially with the trucks and all these things.
Well, what was a little bit difficult for us also was because we entered on a Sunday, there was no SIM card shop open.
Well, in general, getting a SIM card in Ghana is more difficult because you have to register. It's not like the other countries, you just buy it from the street. And for Ghana, you have to register in an official shop from the...
The thing is, like, what I heard is when you take the normal busy border, there are sellers in this area. But the moment you take another border, it's more difficult because, as Susan said, you have to be registered and it's not easy if you're not living in this country.
Yeah.
So we were like searching for almost 1 week.
2 days.
Was it 2 days?
2 days. Yeah.
Okay, we were searching for it a little bit. And finally, one of the guys who was selling SIM cards on the road, he was so nice and did us a favor.
He gave us a SIM card at the end.
So he gave us his SIM card and then we could use it, and that was that.
Yeah.
But it can be a little bit more difficult to get a SIM card.
Internet is good in general in Ghana. It's not bad. You have good connection, good network in general. I think we paid for 108 gigabytes. We bought for 40 euros. So it was the best option.
Yeah, it was a bit.
It was cheaper for us because you have this big package for 40 euros and you can use the internet as much. I mean, we left a lot of gigabytes behind us, but still it was better for us to have something like this.
Yeah, we always needed a bit bigger packages.
What would you advise as a travel itinerary for Ghana?
Basically what we did, because we took the northern border, we went up to the north because there are the hippos in the Wa. I don't know how the small city is called, but in the Wa region there are
The Upper West.
We especially asked beforehand if the hippos are visible because it was rainy season.
No need.
Okay.
No need. Just give me what's...
So yeah, like however, there are the hippos, and if there is not rainy season, it's very good to go there. There are also like very with mosques from Sudan, yeah. The Sudanese style mosques, which they look very beautiful, and the people up in the north are very, very different, and it's not so crowded. You find
so the norther you go, the more Muslim people are there.
Yeah.
Because it's with the borders with Burkina Faso. And the region is a lot of mosques and lesser people and lesser farms, so more chances of wild camping and more chances of seeing nature. And there is also there the Mole National Park for elephants, in which you can see the jungle elephants. And there is the waterfalls on the road also. So this road up has plenty of things.
Has a lot to offer, and also the coastline is very beautiful. We went to the beach and it was very nice.
Yeah, Cape Coast is very beautiful.
Can swim and it's very nice. And also it's very, very interesting to see the castles. We just went to the one in Cape Coast, but there are different ones.
But the main one is the one in Cape Coast.
But Mani is...
The biggest one is the main one is the one in Cape Coast with all the history for slavery.
Very interesting to visit. It's also interesting architecture. It's very nice to go there though.
Yeah,
we like this. And Aburi, the gardens?
Yeah, there is a Aburi garden, then there is a Volta region. In the Volta region you have a beautiful, huge lake, dam, and the water is just beautiful there. You can go check Miles' place, it's beautiful there. And then after that you can go down again to the ocean side and enjoy a few days on the beach, which is so beautiful also, with palm trees and stuff, and from there you exit direction.
Actually, Ghana has quite a lot to offer though.
Ghana, when it comes to touristically speaking, it has quite a lot actually. It has waterfalls, it has hikes, cultural heritage, history, a lot of clothes, musics, all these things. So the country offers a lot, and this is interesting about the country. However, there is not much of infrastructure prepared yet for these things.
Yeah.
So it's going there. It's going to promote itself more to be a tourist destination in West Africa. And it's a country I would travel back to for sure because it has a lot of history to offer, and it's very interesting. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's when it comes to the itinerary. I mean, the north of Ghana also has a lot to offer, and it's just there is a problem with the checkpoints. As far as northern you go, the more far in the north you go, there is more checkpoints, military and police. And
because there's a little bit of trouble in the north.
Burkina Faso,
and that's why also the police and the military is very careful because they are just scared about the tourists that something might happen.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't go too much to the north because maybe they would give you a little bit of struggle.
Yeah, exactly.
In general, how did you feel about the checkpoints?
So as I told you, the police in general, they were annoying, and I feel like the north has more problems with the police because there is a lot of checkpoints. But in the south part, it's fine because there is not much of checkpoints. So
just this one corrupted.
It's in the south, but this one is known, and you can read about it in Overlander. Yeah. It's quite normal. Everyone knows that this guy always tries to make trouble, and he's the only one who screams. But the rest of the police, they're
just ask and like a little bit annoying. But that's it. They're not corrupt or stuff. They're just a little bit annoying, though.
What's your highlight about Ghana?
Well, I really did like the upper west region. It was very nice. It was very different. I actually liked a lot of things in Ghana. I like to stay also in Accra. It was very interesting and nice to stay with the family, and it was very nice to experience this. And Aburi, I also liked Aburi actually.
Aburi was, the garden was very beautiful. And we stayed for free. And we arrived really late because we did an interview with one of the drone local radios there. And we had to drive out of Accra, and the traffic is just chaotic. So we drove all the way up, and it was too much. So we slept in the garden at the end, and no problems. No, we didn't have to pay for anything.
No, and it's also a very nice, escape from the busy city, like when you have been in Accra a little bit, and to go then to Aburi, and
but it's very cold and nice air.
Cold and cozy and beautiful gardens. It's very nice to make that there.
Up.
Are they still alive, the fish, no?
Really?
Yeah.
And it comes out, It's okay. So, should we warm it up, or you want to talk about something else? So supplies and stuff. Supplies.
Yeah.
So in our 40 days in Ghana, we didn't have much problems with supplies in general. You can find almost everything you need, just they don't have bread. So it's the first country in West Africa that they have toast. Bring it.
You want fish? You want to give it away?
You want to know what's this? Fish. You eat it? You? For you? Money. No, I don't buy fish.
Thank you.
No, thank you. No,
we don't. We already ate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The kid just brought us some fish. They are the directors of the film. Huh?
Yeah.
And when it comes to supplies, as I said, it's fine. Because you can get everything everywhere almost.
Apart from the bread.
Just the bread is a little bit more complicated.
But we also learned actually that it's depending on if this was a country colonized by the French.
Or the
English. German and Portuguese is fine because they also have bread culture.
Yeah.
So it really depends. Like if there was UK, there is mostly no bread.
Yeah.
And all the others, they have mostly bread and good bread and... But now we are
good bakeries in general.
Now we also live toast.
And here there's a lot of toast, so I started baking bread and making them some.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's fun.
They were everywhere. You can even buy a lot of bush meat.
Yeah.
This was something we had many times in Ghana that there are these grass cutters. They look like kind of big rats or beavers. I don't know. And they always sell them on the street, monkeys, whatever you have there. So, if you go somewhere to a stall and you want to eat something, there is bushmeat.
It's one of the first countries where we started to see bushmeat on the road.
So much.
Yeah, so much on the road.
Yeah.
Because before we didn't see much of bushmeats, But there, it started. And it started mostly in the south part.
Yeah.
Because in the north they are Muslims and they don't eat bushmeat. They eat most likely just...
But also, actually, we learned in Accra that they eat also a lot the cats and the dogs. Also in Ivory Coast, they told us about it. Because we were a little bit curious that there are
Not so many
dogs and cats. But sometimes it's like a family has so many cats and dogs, and then people told us that they eat them. Well, and then we kind of figured out that in many countries they eat many things.
Yeah.
They
eat everything is bushmeat.
What they can eat.
Yeah, sometimes it's required to eat everything. Yeah.
So
I don't see it as a bad thing or a good thing. It's just how the environment is there, It's like you eat a cow or a sheep, they eat a dog, or they raise them, also they have babies and then they eat them.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
So it was a thing there.
Well, for Ghana, for me, it does has a place in my heart, to be honest. It was nice. We had this nice, especially Accra was very nice.
Yeah.
This 10 days staying with the family.
With the military and
the people in Ghana, we love them so much because we connected with many of them. And we have so many friends from Ghana and people that we really, would love to go back and meet again. And I think one of the things about each country is also not only the places you see, but the people you meet. And Ghana, even though it was a country we lived a lot in the mechanic shops, the people were just wonderful. The mechanic itself in Wahi was wonderful. The guys, the mechanic in Kumasi, they were super nice and friendly. The other guy in Accra, he offered us his office to sleep with AC and TV, and he said, "Yeah, have fun here and stuff."
Yeah.
So it's these small combinations that makes a country worth visiting again for us or not.
And also, one thing to say about Ghana is that in Kumasi is for us still the best Land Rover mechanic what we had in the whole journey.
Yes, that's true.
So it's like this guy, because they are really specialized on Land Rovers, the whole place is full of Land Rovers. We got even some spare parts there. And he really knew what he did. And also he put so much effort and...
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, the people there, they were super friendly, the mechanics, and they were very they were very
honest
when it comes. We didn't pay so much, like you have the whole day of work and then they make all these parts and stuff and they pay at the end like 30 or 40 euros with parts.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very, very good option to be in Kumasi.
And also if they didn't know how it works or what to do, they said it.
Yeah. Well, in general, Ghana, I think the good thing is it's a cheap country because it doesn't have CFA.
Yeah.
And this is something we noticed the moment you are out of the CFA countries, which is the currency of West African countries, a lot of West African countries. But Ghana and Nigeria and Guinea, they don't have this. They don't have the money, this type of money. So life in Ghana was way cheaper for us to buy things, to buy supplies, to get just vegetables or to go to things. So it was not so expensive as if you are in CFA countries.
Even the mechanic.
Even the mechanics, the spare parts, all these things. So it's easier actually and way cheaper to travel in Ghana than traveling in other CFA countries when it comes to how much money you would spend. Yeah. But I think that's it for Ghana. We had a blissful time there and it was a very nice 40 days. We enjoyed our time so much. Apart from the first 1 week and a half, I think that was a little bit more or less stressful. But apart from that, it was very nice and we just loved being in Ghana and we spent so much time there. And after that we out to Togo
and Benin.
The small two countries.
One thing I want to add also, Ghana, we ate a lot in Ghana outside. And in the beginning we thought maybe it was just from one food stand. But Ghanaian people, they eat so spicy.
Yes.
Like unbelievable.
They have a competition with Nigeria whose food is spiciest.
I don't know.
So they have so much spicy food and it was difficult for us to eat the local food.
Yeah.
We tried.
We tried it many times.
It looked tasty. It smells very tasty.
Yeah.
But it was just so spicy for us.
So spicy. And we tried many times, but every time we couldn't eat it apart from once. And
Now we got a bad story from it.
No, when we were in Wav, it was the
Yes, it was very tasty.
It was good.
Yeah.
So just heads up if you
like spicy food, Ghana and Nigeria are gonna be your countries.
Yeah.
But if you don't like spicy food, it's very difficult to find not spicy food in Ghana.
Even if you say we don't make it spicy, they still make it spicy. Yeah.
But Ghana was fun.
Ghana was fun.
It was nice. We loved being there, and we would definitely come back to visit our friends and people that we met there, and we're still in touch with some of them. And it's a country worth visiting. And if you have any questions about Ghana, please ask us
or leave a comment.
Thumbs up. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.